Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I have my Should You Melt This video that I'm going to record. I'm going to try and do this on a weekly basis and include everything that I melt for the week, whether it's empty or not, because I feel like that way I'm able to share a lot more scents with you, because I have so much wax and so many waxes. I don't like using that word. I have so much wax in large quantities that if I wait till stuff is empty, I feel like I don't get to show you guys as much. So let me jump in. But I have my nice big Bath & Body Works bag of wax goodies. I'm also gonna start including body care as I finish it, just to be able to share it with you guys. So the first thing here is this whipped soap from Cosmic Cleanse and Snow Cone for a Unicorn. Now, I didn't do a haul on this. At the time that I got this, I actually did a swap with Heidi. I sent her some of my Glitterati from my custom order, and she sent me some Cosmic Cleanse. Plus, I also purchased a lot more stuff from her, which she had offered to do. So I was super excited. It's the first time trying Cosmic Cleanse, but at the time that I got it, I was just super busy with work and stuff, and I just didn't get a chance to haul it. So I'm going to share it with you through my empties and stuff. But this is a whipped soap and Snow Cone for a Unicorn. This is blueberry slushy, cherry slushy, and fizzy pops. Amazing scent, a nice, yummy, you know, kind of like the bomb pop fizzy type scent that a lot of vendors carry. Now the whipped soap, you can use this as a shampoo, which is basically what I did. I did use it a couple times as a body soap, but I actually really like it as a shampoo. It's very moisturizing, and I'm finding it's very good for my scalp. So, and it's infused, so I'm definitely wanting to use all her infused products, and with her last opening I did place an order as well. I also finished a body wash from Bath & Body Works. This is Sweet Cranberry Rose. I really liked this scent. Let's see, it's fresh cranberry, rose petals, sugar plum, pear blossom, soft autumn musk. This was a really pretty scent. It was a little sweet, like a sweet kind of tart cranberry with a pretty floral note. Really like it. It's not your standard grandma rose by any means, and typically rose is a scent I do not care for at all, but I really did like this, and I would definitely repurchase it if I ever saw it from Bath & Body Works again. So I don't have the wax in any particular order, so I'm just going to show you stuff as I pull it out. So I melted a couple cubes in Harry from Super Tarts, and this is Magically Delicious and French Baguette. This is an amazing scent. It's so sweet and like creamy from that Magically Delicious. I did not realize French Baguette was in here. I thought maybe the kind of bready note I was getting was maybe the cereal, but now that I know, because I look up the scent descriptions after I melt it just to be able to share it with you for these videos. Now that I know French Baguette is in it, I can kind of tell, but to me it's not a real bready scent, because I generally don't like yeasty breads. So it is not a yeasty bread. It's kind of like a nice baked bread, but really sweetened up with that Magically Delicious, which is basically a marshmallow, a sweet marshmallow. From Rose Girls, I melted a couple chunks. These are mini melters in Southern Creme Brulee. I could not find the scent description for this, and so I'm just going to kind of tell you what it smelled like to me. It basically smells like a nice caramely, creamy kind of bakery scent. It's very creamy and caramely. It's really good. I did melt two of the little chunks in my two warmers in my living room, which the two warmers in my living room is a Mainstays warmer, which I don't remember if the Mainstays is 24 or 25 watt, and then I have a Big Lots warmer, hot plate warmer, which I believe is probably 24. It's either 20 or 24, but it gets pretty hot. So that performed well. You know, for Rose Girls, I think she's starting to try and chunk up her stuff so that it is melting size. But if you do get a big chunk of Rose Girls, you need to cut it, because I get the best performance when I make sure to melt a small piece. And that one did well. From the Country Scent Shack, I melted a couple pieces of this lemon cream pastry. I didn't look up the scent description because basically it was a creamy, sweet bakery lemon with another like a more bakery note behind it from the pastry. This was a really good, performed really well, so I melted it in my living room. So was my two hot plate warmers in my living room, and it did really well. I love that scent. But I think correct me if I'm wrong if you guys know, but I think the Country Scent Shack, is she the one that just announced she's going to be stopping? She's closing her business because of health reasons. I believe it's her. If I'm wrong, I apologize. From Candles from the Keeping Room, I melted a tart and coconut lavender fluff. This was a nighttime melt. I love the scent. This is a really good, like, it's kind of a sweet lavender, but it could be sweet because of that coconut. But it is a really good scent. My bedroom warmer, which is where I melted this, is a 24-watt Michaels warmer. So this performed well. I want to say for Candles from the Keeping Room, it does really well in 24-watt hot plates, but for the most part the next morning, all the scent has usually burned off. Sometimes if I leave my bedroom and then come back in, I can sometimes smell it a little bit, but when I wake up in the morning, I don't smell it anymore. But it does perform well. Also from Candles from the Keeping Room, I melted a couple parts in watermelon lemonade type. This is, I believe, supposed to be a dupe for Bath & Body Works. And to me, it smells just like the Bath & Body Works candle. It smells really, really yummy. Just a nice, tart, juicy watermelon lemonade. I love it. And it performed well. I did this one in my living room. So I did 2 tarts, 1 in each hot plate warmer. And it was fantastic. So this is a really old wax. This is from Make Sense Candles. You can't even really see the name anymore. In 'Tis the Season, I placed like 2 orders from her, probably, I want to say 2014. I don't have the stuff dated, but I want to say 2014. It could have been early 2015. I did have to rebag everything because the oils kind of seep out of her wax, and the bags they came in like were getting ruined. Plus it was really messing up the labels. Her labels just did not last long. But these orders were placed with her before she closed for a while. She is now reopened. Well, she's reopened, but she's closed for the summer. But so she should be reopening for fall again. And because I have seen some people purchase from her. But this is pretty old. This is 'Tis the Season. The last couple days I have been craving kind of Christmassy, fallish scents. I think just to kind of mix it up a bit. So I grabbed this one because I've also been wanting like outdoorsy kind of tree piney type scent. So 'Tis the Season is red apple, cinnamon, and a deep green pine. It is the Bath & Body Works dupe. I want to say, you know, I haven't melted a lot of 'Tis the Season recently from Bath & Body Works, so I want to say this is a pretty close dupe, but I can't speak for sure. But this is pretty old, and the throw was pretty light. I did get a throw, but it was light, but I will continue melting through it. But you know, some of this older stuff like this, I'm just not going to de-stash or really give away because I don't want people to be disappointed with the performance of the wax. From Vintage Chic Scents, I melted a part of this rose in Life is a Cabaret. This is acai berry, grapefruit, and cotton candy. This is a really great scent. It's just kind of fruity and fresh and sweet. When I melted it, I did not realize it was acai berry and grapefruit, but it was just really nice, kind of a refreshing fruity scent. So it was good. It did well. I want to say, let's see, I think I did this in my bathroom, which is a 20-watt Glade, and it performed well. And my bathroom is sometimes a hit and miss zone. Sometimes things just don't perform well in there because I do have a vent. Oops, I'm bumping this. I do have a vent in my ceiling, and so sometimes things will just go up and out through the vent. This is going to be a huge throwback. So this is Streetman Candle Company. I think it was Streetman Candle Company. I don't remember what she called it. The owner was Heather Streetman. She closed her business a while back. It's probably been a couple years. Back in like 2014, I think I placed a huge order with her for these, what did she call these, like snap sticks? I don't remember what they're called. But I have actually quite a few left, and I haven't reached for them. They are currently in my like wax junk drawer that I mentioned before. This is an orange and strawberry. So I can still smell this when I like stick my nose in the bag. I can still smell the orange and the strawberry. It smells good. But I melted it in the 20-watt Glade that I have in the guest room, and it didn't float out of the guest room. So I know if a wax performs really well when it's in the guest room because it'll like kind of float out of the guest room into the hallway and into the living room, and I'll smell it. This one did not do that, but I also did not go in the room to see how it performed. So I don't know how well that one did, but I'm just trying to melt through some of my older stuff here and there. From Vintage Chic Scents, I melted a chunk part of this rose in 1,000 Times Goodnight. This is a wonderful lavender blend. I wasn't sure exactly what lavender this was. I knew it was a lavender blend, but I didn't know exactly what was in it. I did look up the scent description. It's lavender chamomile. Now this lavender chamomile from VCS is a lot more soothing and relaxing and not as strong on the chamomile as it is from other vendors. So I was surprised because I thought for sure there was like a marshmallow or vanilla bean noel scent in here, but there's not. It's just really soft and pretty. I really love this scent. This is something I would always repurchase from VCS. I love VCS lavenders. I'm trying to like find the non-empties first. From Sassy Girl Aroma, I melted, actually this is in my warmers right now in my living room, but I am melting a chunk in IHOP. This is pumpkin pecan waffle, maple syrup, brown sugar, caramel, and coffee. This is a fantastic bakery coffee type breakfasty scent. It's really, really good. It's pretty strong. I would say when I first put it in, it was like a medium strong. It has now been in for several hours and it's kind of toned down to a medium light, but there's still enough scent in it that I'm gonna let it keep going for a little bit. But I know there was a time with this scent, it was really hard to get from Sassy Girl Aroma because it was really popular. With Sassy Girl Aroma, what I find is she comes out with a new scent blend and people go crazy over it, and for a month or two it's really hard to get your hands on because everyone wants it. But then she'll come out with another new blend and people are all after that one, and then the old popular blends become easy to get. So this is one now I think you can get pretty easily when she makes it because people aren't scrambling to get it, but there was a time that this was a harder scent to get. But it's really great. If you like good coffee bakery blends, you should try that. From Glitterati, I melted a half of this scent shot in fizzy cherry lemonade. Now this is rebagged because I don't know if you can see that, or I put it in a bag because the lid was broken. I didn't realize that until I took it out to melt it, so it could have been something I did. I don't know if it happened in shipping or not, but this is fizzy cherry lemonade. This is really good. The cherry is pretty strong in this, so it is that rich dark cherry mixed with lemonade and I think a little bit of her fizzy pop. When you melt it, you definitely get the cherry the most, but it is really a really great scent. I'm not a huge cherry fan, but I do like this type of a blend. I love cherry fizzy scents. Oops, I keep bumping my camera. Let me move it up a little bit. So I have a piece of this going in the guest room right now. So this is a Bath & Body Works candle that I melted down and turned it into tarts. I did this with a good, like maybe 10 candles I had when I was going through a phase of, I'm not burning candles anymore. Now I've gotten over that phase, so now I'm burning my candles, but when I was melting them all down, this is one of the ones that I melted down. I'm gonna show you kind of what it looks like. I melted them down into a bunch of these little squares. So, and this is from a couple years ago. I don't remember what year, probably at least 2 years ago, but caramel pumpkin swirl. This is just a really good caramely pumpkin spice bakery scent. It's not huge on the spice, but it does have a little bit of spice in there, but really, really good. I have this going in the guest room right now, and it smells good when I go in there. It's not real strong, so I do feel like this scent is starting to get a little bit light on this, but it does smell good. From Candles from the Keeping Room, I melted a little snowflake. I don't know if you can see that. It is the snowflake shape from her, an icy peppermint, and that is exactly what this is. It is a very icy, strong peppermint scent. There was a night that I had a headache, and when I have headaches, I like to melt minty scent, so I melted this. It's nice and strong. This was a nice strong blend, and it does perform well even if I have my air conditioner on in my living room, in my bedroom, when I use my 24-watt hot plate from Michael's. So this is a great scent. I will always repurchase peppermint scents from Candles from the Keeping Room. From the Glitterati company, from Glitterati, let's just call it that instead of her whole name. This is a blend from my custom order. This is lavender, pink sugar, strawberry, and cotton candy. When I melted this, so on cold, the lavender was pretty dominant. but on warm, I got more of the strawberry cotton candy and a little bit of the lavender. I wasn't really getting any of the pink sugar. One thing about Janine's wax, when she has a pink sugar blend, whether she makes it for you or it's one of her like house blends, her pink sugar is not super strong in her blends, which is good because it doesn't overpower the scent. But for me, sometimes I would like to get a little bit more of the pink sugar. So this was definitely more of a strawberry cotton candy with a little bit of lavender in it. I did really like it, but I wish the lavender was a little bit stronger, but it did smell good. On cold, the lavender really does come out, but on warm, that strawberry really dominates the scent. Also from Glitterati, I melted a piece of the scent shot. You can see it's not a real big piece. I put this in my bathroom in bubblegum, pink chiffon, strawberry, and salty sea air. Oh my goodness, this is a really good scent. It's so good. It's just like a sweet, pretty, kind of florally from that pink chiffon, but like a little bit fresh from that salty sea air, but very sweet from that strawberry and the bubblegum. A really interesting and good blend. I really did like this and it performed well. I think though for scent shots from Glitterati, I'm going to start melting at least half of a scent shot at a time, because even though I can get a throw from a smaller piece, it does not last very long when I melt such a small piece. So for me, I think I'm going to melt at least a half of a scent shot whenever I do melt her scent shots going forward, just to get throw for a few more hours. But I did like that blend. It's really pretty. I melted a lot of Glitterati this time. Well, a good handful of stuff from her. So this is also Glitterati strawberry cantaloupe cotton candy frosting. I melted half of this, but I think I cut it into a couple pieces and put it in 2 different warmers in my living room. This was a great fruity, sweet scent. This was very, very sweet. So yeah, it is sweet. It's like almost tooth-achingly sweet. And it really does get very sweet when you melt it. So I liked it. It's probably a little sweeter than my preference, but it's good and it performed really well. But it's funny because when I think as it's curing, it's getting more and more sweet. That cotton candy frosting is really coming out. But her strawberry is sweet, her cantaloupe is sweet. So I think I get more of the strawberry cotton candy frosting in this than the cantaloupe. I do like this. But like I said, it's really, really sweet. So I have to make sure I'm in the mood for something sweet when I melt that. But it performed really well. I melted a couple chunks in Snowy Winter Woods. This is from Better Homes and Gardens. And I've had this now for a couple years. I think they came out with this scent a couple years ago. Usually when they have these limited edition scents, they put the year. But I don't see it on here. Anyhow, I love this scent, but it can be a little overpowering sometimes because it is almost like a almost like a smoky woodsy scent. So I actually blended it with this vanilla cookie crunch to like kind of help like cut through that heavy woodsy scent. So I love, love, love the Snowy Winter Woods, but to me when I melt it, it's just a little intense, so I cut it with this vanilla cookie crunch, and then it kind of makes it a bakery, wintry, woodsy scent. I actually really like these two mixed together. It seems like Better Homes and Gardens, the vanilla cookie crunch, you can mix it with almost anything and it's really good. So I put one of each in 2 different warmers. So I used 2 cubes of each, but put one of each in 2 different warmers, if that makes sense. It's actually a good blend. I liked it. From Candles from the Keeping Room, I melted a little cookie. I might have melted this a couple times, I think, and Sugar Cookie Noel. I know one of the nights I did it in my bedroom. So this, her sugar cookie, when it melts, you really get a nice, strong baking cookie type of scent. It's actually really good. I do really like it. That Vanilla Bean Noel just kind of sweetened it up. But in the morning when I woke up, I could actually, this is when I could still smell quite well the next morning, and I really got a lot of just that like baked cookie, and it was a little a little heavy by morning, so I did dump it even though I could still smell it, but I really did like it. Her sugar cookie is really strong when you melt it, at least in my opinion. From Glitterati, I melted a piece of this, which I think I've been slowly hacking away at it, in Vanilla Pear Cotton Candy. So this is a really, I think, popular blend for Janine. I really do like it. I'm not a huge fan of pear, but her pear blends are pretty good. But with her cotton candy, because it's really strong and it really sweetens everything up. So this is good. You get a nice kind of fresh, sweet pear scent in there. I don't think I really pick up a lot on the vanilla. I picked up more, I think, of the pear and the cotton candy, but it was good. It was fruity, it was sweet, it was good. From Country Lane Keepsakes, I melted like 1.5 tarts in this strawberry cheese cupcake. So it's, you can't really see it. It's a little mason jar shapes. So I did 1.5 in my living room. So I did 1 whole tart in my Big Lots warmer and 1/2 in my Mainstays. I got more of the, I think it's like a cream cheese cupcake type scent. I got more of the cream cheese cupcake than I did the strawberry, which was good, but it wasn't my favorite bakery scent. So this was okay. I will finish melting this, but it's not something I would repurchase, but it did perform well. It had a nice throw. From Candles from the Keeping Room, I melted a couple tarts of this Waikiki melon. I forgot to look up the scent description for this one, but it is kind of a tropical melony type scent. I think there's like, I can even smell it through the bag. There's kind of some green notes in this. It's really pretty. This was actually really strong. I melted 1 tart in my bathroom, 1 tart in the guest room, and it was actually floating out of the guest room so I could smell it in the living room. I do really like this scent, but you do have to like melon. It's a pretty strong melon, like a mix, I think, of like honeydew cantaloupe type melon, maybe some watermelon, and then some green notes or something in there, but it's nice. From Candles from the Keeping Room, I melted a tart in Mandarin Coconut. This was a really good scent. This was a little bit lighter, but I did melt it in my bathroom, so it could have been light just because of the vent I have in there. But it was a nice mix of like a sweet coconut with a little bit of a tart sweet mandarin scent. So I did really like this. I would say it was kind of like a medium, a solid medium throw, but it was good. It was fresh, it was sweet, but not overly sweet. Okay, so I think that's it for my one more non-empty, sorry. From Glitterati, this is Plum Delicious. I love this scent. It's super sweet, yummy plum. It's a little bit sweet, a little bit tart. It's really good. I think she's had this scent for a while. This is a great plum to use in blends. I did get a scent shot in it just to have it alone to see what it smelled like. I really do like it. I actually wish I would have gotten more blends with this Plum Delicious, but it is really good. Sweet tart plum scent. I should have looked up the scent description for that one too, but I did not. All right, now for my empties. So I finished a 3-pack of Teddy Tarts from Tiffany Candles in Hush. Hush is her pink sugar, lavender, vanilla. So I've been melting a few pink sugar things recently, and I was kind of like, oh, I think I'm not liking pink sugar anymore. But then I melted this last night and I was like, oh my God, no, I love pink sugar from certain vendors is what it is. It's funny how pink sugar can actually be pretty different from vendor to vendor. Tiffany, I think, has one of the best pink sugars in my opinion. The other vendor that I know I really love pink sugar from, let's see, I love it from Candles from the Keeping Room and I love it from Sniff My Tarts. But pink sugar from other vendors, like I think in my last Should You Melt This video, I talked about a blend from Sassy Girl Aroma where in the morning the pink sugar was the only thing left and it was just too heavy for me and I had to get rid of it. So I think Sassy Girl, I like her pink sugar initially in certain blends, but sometimes it can overpower the whole scent. But for Tiffany, her pink sugar is just amazing. It's just the perfect amount of sweetness and kind of pretty floral whatever, you know, note. And then with the lavender vanilla, this makes it a very relaxing scent. So I just loved it. This performed well. I did it since I did it in my bedroom at night. It was in my 24 watt Michaels warmer and it did really well. So I loved it. It's a great blend. It's something I would definitely purchase again. I'm not sure if I have any more of that. I might have it in blends, but I don't think I have any more on its own. From Sassy Girl Aroma, I finished the other little chunk in this of the Salty Sea Air Sweet Lavender Marshmallow that I got from Sarah. And so this is just a beautiful scent. I think this was one I ended up cutting it up and melting in my living room, and it's great. I have 2 bags of this on the way to me now. I'm super excited to have more. From Country Lane Keepsakes, I finished. Woo! Okay, I finished this bag in Strawberry Peppermint Cotton Candy. Her strawberry is the same as Carol Candles from the Keeping Room strawberry. Love, love, love it. It's the same fresh picked strawberry mixed with that peppermint and that cotton candy. Amazing blend. Amazing, amazing. This is definitely one I would purchase again. And it threw well. I think I only had like 1 tart left and I melted it at night. I melted the other half of this Rockets Pink Coconut Milk and Lavender in my bedroom one night because there's been a few nights here where it's been a little bit cooler at night, so I've just turned off my air and opened the windows. And I live upstairs, so leaving my windows open overnight, I feel safe doing that because I am upstairs, and so I don't worry about someone trying to sneak in my window or anything like that. Plus, my windows are only accessible from 2 sides of my building, which would be difficult to get to because they would have to get into someone else's yard. So it's not like someone could just hoist themselves up, you know? Anyhow, off topic. But I did melt this because in my last video I reported that I was not getting a throw. I couldn't smell this scent. And I attributed it to, I felt like it was because my AC was on. And when I melted this the night that my AC was not running, I could definitely smell it. So I definitely got more of the coconut milk and the lavender, and it was a great scent. I really did enjoy it. I would say it was a solid medium. Like, it wasn't like overpowering, blow me out of my room or anything, but it was a nice strong scent. I could actually still smell it the next morning. And even then, what usually happens in the morning before I leave for work, I turn off my warmer in my bedroom, but I don't empty the wax out. And when I get home, I'll turn it back on and let it melt and then change it out before I go to bed. So when I turned it back on when I got home, I could still actually smell it quite faintly. So it actually had a really nice longevity, and it's a good blend. So I don't know if it's convinced me to order from Rockets yet, but I did enjoy it. From Candles from the Keeping Room, I finished this 4-pack in jelly-filled Twinkies. Carol's jelly-filled anything is amazing, and I forgot how much I loved it. I think it's a strawberry jelly, and I feel like it's her fresh picked strawberry that she uses and then mixes it with a bunch of yummy good sweet scents. But this is a nice scent because it has a nice bakery to it. Now, I've never been one to eat Twinkies, so I don't really know what they smell like, so I can't say if this smells like Twinkies or not, but it's a nice bakery, strawberry, ooey gooey scent. No spice though, but it's really good. I think I had 2 tarts left in this, and I melted them in 2 different warmers in my living room. It was nice and strong, performed really well. Love, love, loved it. From Up the Creek Scents, I melted this little tart in spiced cranberry zucchini. I put this one in my guest room, and I could smell it, but it was a little bit on the lighter side. So I couldn't get it coming out of that guest room, but if I went in the guest room, I could smell it. It was nice. It was just like a nice tart, kind of sweet cranberry mixed with a little bit of that bakery zucchini. It was good. And then I also melted another chunk, or another little piece of Up the Creek, but the label came off, so I don't know what it was. And it smelled kind of sweet. Like, I almost want to say there was like an orange sherbet type note in it, but with some bakery, but I don't know. I melted in my room and it smelled good. It kind of had a fruity bakery, kind of orange, sweet, creamy orange with bakery. From Beezy's, I finished this Scent Shot and Lavender Sugar Cookie. I only had a 1/4 of this one left, and I melted it at night in my room. And the first time I melted this, I don't know why, I did not like it, but I didn't get rid of it because I already cut into it. And his lavender is really herbal. So then I melted it again. I pulled it out, you know, a few nights ago, whatever. And I was like, ooh, like I really like that now. So I melted it. It was really good. But then the next morning, it took on a really weird note. Like I woke up in the morning, I was like, what is that I was melting last night? Because it did not smell like lavender sugar cookie at all. I don't know what it smelled like. the next morning that it smelled kind of off, so I did dump it out. But when I melted it at night when I went to bed, it smelled really good. From Sugar and Spice, I melted a half of a scent shot in her Peppermint Marshmallow Noel. This is really good. Just a nice, sweet, creamy sweet, creamy peppermint. It was really good. This threw well. I melted half of it because I had half left in my 24-watt hot plate in my bedroom, and it was really good. I love Sugar and Spice. I get great throw from her wax, so it was good. And I love peppermint blends. This is, I melted the last like little chunk I had of this from Sassy Girl Aroma Pink Sugar, Pink Chiffon, Rainforest, Sugarcane, and Serene Waters because I do have a bag of Pink Sugar, Rainforest, Sugarcane, and Serene Waters coming. So it's the same thing but without the Pink Chiffon. So that should be, actually it should have been delivered yesterday, but I have everything delivered to my office, and my office is closed on Saturdays, so then the post office holds it till Monday and they'll deliver it Monday. But this is a beautiful blend. It's a little sweet, a little fresh, a little like feminine. I just love, love, love this. It performed well. This is another one I got from Sarah. So Sarah, thank you so much for sharing that because I love that blend. And then just two more. I can't believe, like I feel like I melted a lot in a week. This is everything I melted, and I always feel like I don't melt very much, but I actually melt quite a bit. So this is Better Homes and Gardens Chocolate Peppermint Truffle. I got this several years ago. You can tell this is like their old packaging, and the first time I melted it, I just wasn't a huge fan of chocolate, so I didn't melt it again, and it's been sitting around forever. But recently I've noticed I've been enjoying a little bit of chocolate scents and then that peppermint in here, so it smelled like you're baking brownies with like sweet peppermint like chopped up on top and baking with it. This was amazing. So I melted this in my living room. I think I had just 3 cubes. I either had 3 or 4 cubes left, and I think I actually had 4. I put 2 cubes in my bathroom, and then 2 cubes in one warmer in my living room and 1 cube in my other warmer, and it was strong, strong, strong. I might have overdid it a little bit, but then I was also melting or burning this espresso bar candle. This is a really old candle. I think it's from 2013 from Bath & Body Works. I don't really get much of a throw from it, but I'm burning through it to get rid of it because it's old, and I can tell when I smell it I don't get a lot of fragrance from it anymore. I think I held on to it too long. But I thought melting that with this would be a good combination of kind of like a peppermint mocha type scent, which is kind of like what it was. But again, I don't really smell the candle a lot, but I love this. It was really good. It's actually something, I don't know if they've been coming back out with it the last couple Christmases, but if they do bring it back out this Christmas, I would probably grab 1. I wouldn't get a lot because I have to be in the mood for melting something like chocolate. But if they do have it this Christmas, I would grab like 1. And then my last and final thing from VCS, I finished this clamshell in 1927. This is her Pink Sugar Strawberry Sugar Milk. It is amazing. It's one of my favorite blends from her that I love to melt at night. I've tried to duplicate this scent from other vendors, but she's the only one that I've been able to get it from that I love it, because her sugar milk is really good. And her strawberry is my favorite strawberry. You know, there's a handful of vendors that carry the same strawberry. Love, love, love it. And she has she's another one that has a really good pink sugar. So I think I might have a couple other pieces in 1927 from her. Oh yeah, my last haul from her, I got a couple 4-packs in this scent. So I do have more in my stash. So thank goodness for that. So that is everything, guys. If you have any questions or comments, post them below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll actually be back with a scent picks video. Bye.